welcome to the channel. Whoa, something was going on with my voice there. Sorry about that. But welcome to the channel, and this is another CAS diversity challenge in my series that I've been doing every Tuesday. But basically, I pick from a list of nationalities using a number generator so that it's random, and I alternate between a male and a female sim. And yeah, so today is a Hawaiian, and I wanted to do somewhat of a native Hawaiian with Hawaiian ancestry. That's what I was going for. And if you don't know where Hawaii is, it's in the Pacific Ocean, this little string of islands on the west coast of the United States. So yeah, last week was Thailand, and I really enjoyed that, and today is Hawaii, so it's kind of been a tropical kick in a way, and I've really been enjoying it. And I have actually never been to Hawaii. I've always wanted to go, but just never got the chance to yet. But from what I've seen, it's super beautiful, and I would love to go someday. But yeah, so as far as she goes, I looked at a few reference pictures that, you know, because I wanted to make sure that she looked Hawaiian or Polynesian, and I noticed that in a lot of like the facial features of Hawaiians, they usually have a defined jawline. Their eyes are usually slightly slanted. They have a darker skin tone. Usually they have darker hair, either a black or a dark brown. And for her, unfortunately, I had to go with a lighter brown because for her party wear, I wanted to use the vampire hair that came with the vampire stuff pack, the one with the roses. And the only color that kind of made sense was the yellow flowers, and that was a lighter brown. So I ended up changing her hair color later on. But I think she's such a cute sim, though. She seems very warm and kind-hearted, and that's kind of what I was going for, because I feel like Hawaiians are typically very welcoming and warm-hearted people from what I can tell. And yeah, so that's kind of what I wanted to portray with her, definitely. So as I normally do, I like to show you guys some pictures that I've referenced of not only the location, but also the people that I'm trying to recreate in The Sims. But, so on the left is one of the waterfalls in Hawaii, super beautiful, and on the right is one of the native Hawaiians. I'm not sure the location of either, but here I was just showing one of the volcanoes. Hawaii is famous for their volcanoes. They have, I think, some of the most active volcanoes in the world. Correct me if I'm wrong on that. They're also a very popular tourist destination because it's just gorgeous, and it's pretty much summer all the time. But yeah, so that's kind of what I was going for her. And if you don't really know the culture or the history of Hawaii, Hawaii actually used to be a kingdom, and they had a monarchy system, and they're one of the only states in the US that actually have a day to celebrate the previous kings of the state. So the Kingdom of Hawaii was sovereign from 1810 until 1893, when the monarchy was overthrown by resident American and European capitalists and landholders. Hawaii was an independent republic from 1894 until 1898, when it officially became a territory of the United States. Hawaii is actually the 50th and most recent state to have joined the United States of America, and they received their statehood in 1959, and the only one composed of entirely islands. So it's the only state in the US that are islands. And because of its central location in the Pacific, and 19th century labor migration, Hawaii's culture is strongly influenced by North American and Asian cultures, in addition to its native indigenous Hawaiian culture. The Hawaiian Islands were formed by volcanic activity, which was initiated at an undersea magma source called the Hawaiian hotspot. The process is still building islands till this day. Like, I don't remember the exact number, but a certain number of acreage is continually being added to the islands because of the volcanic activity going on. So the tectonic plate beneath much of the Pacific Ocean continually moves northwest, and the hotspot remains stationary, slowly creating new volcanoes. And because of the hotspot's location, all currently active land volcanoes are located on the southern half of the Hawaii island. And Hawaii has the highest percentage of Asian Americans and multiracial Americans and the lowest percentage of white Americans of any state. It's the only state where Asian Americans identify as the largest ethnic group in the U.S. The Aboriginal culture of Hawaii is Polynesian, and Hawaii represents the northernmost extension of the vast Polynesian Triangle of the South and Central Pacific Ocean. While traditional Hawaiian culture remains in modern Hawaiian society, they have like reenactments of their ceremonies and traditions throughout the islands, and some of these cultural influences, including the popularity in the luau and the hula, has kind of integrated itself into other aspects of the US and its culture. As far as like etiquette and their customs, they're pretty much as follows. These are like the main ones. When visiting a home, it's considered good manners to bring a small gift for the host. For example, a dessert, like if you're invited to have dinner at someone's house. And so parties are usually potlucks most of the time because of that. Most locals take their shoes off before entering a home, and it is customary for Hawaiian families, regardless of ethnicity, to hold a luau to celebrate a child's first birthday. And it's also custom at Hawaiian weddings, especially at Filipino weddings, for the bride and groom to do what's called a money dance, also called the pandango. And print media and local residents recommend that one refer to non-Hawaiians as locals of Hawaii or people of Hawaii, because the only real Hawaiians are Hawaiians that have Hawaiian ancestry or ancient Hawaiian ancestry in their family line, and everyone else is kind of just the locals or the people of Hawaii. The earliest written account of surfing, or hinalu, in Hawaii was by Lieutenant James King in 1779, just months after Captain Cook's death, and he described native Hawaiians riding a wood plank on the swells of, let me see if I can say this right, Kekua Bay on Hawaii Island. Even he wrote mostly about how it was so much fun, and it seemed to give a lot of pleasure and exercise to the native people. So that's kind of the first document of surfing. Hawaii is very famous for surfing and surfing culture in general, and surfing is believed to have originated in ancient Polynesia, later thriving in Hawaii, and it was once a sport only reserved for Hawaiian royalty, which is why surfing is often referred to as the sport of kings. One of their kings actually was known for his surfing ability. With the end of the Hawaiian taboo system in 1819, commoners were allowed to freely participate in the sport, and that's kind of when it was freely, widely accepted for regular people to enjoy surfing. And Hawaii is also the birthplace of big wave surfing. In the 50s, surfers began to ride the powerful winter waves of Makaha on Oahu's west shore and Waimea Bay on the north shore. Big wave season in Hawaii happens usually between November and February on Hawaii's north shores, and some of the best surfing competitions in the world are held on Oahu's north shore in November and December, including the Vans Triple Crown of Surfing, which is which is kind of like the Super Bowl of surfing, I guess. But yeah, so that's kind of a little bit about Hawaii's culture, a little bit of their history and their customs. So here I kind of struggled a little bit with her party wear because I really wanted to portray the whole grass skirt with a bikini top and flowers in her hair, and I felt like this was the best representation of something like that. And at this point is when I changed her hair so that she could have roses, which in turn changed the hair color of the rest of her outfits, which is fine. Maybe she just dyed it lighter or something. I imagine that she is a surfer. It's a very normal pastime for a lot of people in Hawaii. So, and since it's kind of cold, the water's kind of cold, I didn't want her to have a full bikini outfit. So I thought it would be appropriate to have kind of a tank top and a bikini bottom for her swimwear. I think that would make sense, but she is such a cute sim. She's probably one of my favorite sims that I've made so far. She is available on the gallery if you'd like to download her. Her name is Alani Kawai, something like that. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this CAS. I hope you learned something new, and I will see you next time. Bye, guys.